Today's video is actually going to be about Kai'Sa, because it was requested if I could possibly do a video on Kai'Sa. Now, I'm not very well versed in Kai'Sa, because when I play Kai'Sa, I kind of only play AP Kai'Sa, and not even like the mixed damage, Rage Blade Kai'Sa. I play full-on AP Kai'Sa, and that's because of Skarzard. Skarzard plays, formerly of Riot. When the champion first came out, he streamed, and he did this build where you kind of build like Luden's Echo, Liandry's and stuff, max the W, and you can almost like pretty much one-shot a squishy target, and actually do some decent damage to even beefier targets. It's actually pretty fun. But with that said, what I'm going to do in this video then is kind of maybe talk about why Kai'Sa's been so powerful for so long. Not OP or broken, but just what makes her so useful in different metas so far, at least in my opinion. And one of the things is, looking at her kit, is that you can play different ways, different styles, and build differently, and not all of her abilities fall off because of it. Like I just talked about, for example, a full-on AP build, which will make the W the most useful, but her Q and her ultimate do scale off of AP as well. So while you're building this AP build, it actually will have your other abilities doing some damage too. And not as much as if you build it all in on that particular ability, but it still counts, right? Like for example, on the shield when you ult in, that scales off of 75 AP. So if you have, say, 1000 AP because you're building the full-on like death cap and all that, 75% of that is 750 shield you'll have when you ult in during an enemy team fight. On top of that, the Q has an AP ratio too, so you'll be doing damage there. Another example is a more AD build, like Death's Dance, when that was popular when that first came out. Let's say you wanted to crit too, so you went to like Infinity Edge, Zeal items, and all that stuff. Well, the W even, which is really the magic damage missile, has an AD ratio, so that will still work. To the point that if you actually wanted to like mess around and build lethality Kai'Sa and to be a poke bot with the W that way instead of AP, you'll still do a lot of damage with like the 3 lethality items on the W. And again, the Q has the AD ratio, the ult has the AD ratio. The E doesn't have a ratio of any kind because it's just the movement speed, and then stealth if you get it upgraded, which is kind of a magic trick in itself, so you can say that kind of counts. But beyond that, I actually accredit that to why Kai'Sa has been around in multiple metas, to the point that people thought, when this funneling strat was at its highest in pro play, funnel Kai'Sa. Because Kai'Sa, no matter what she's building, or if she's building a mix of damage even, is probably going to be the most useful with things like Rage Blade and stuff like that. And I think that's part of why Kai'Sa's been so appealing and also powerful, at least on the kit side of it, because hey, you can kind of build different ways and do different things, right? Kog'Maw might have been the only other example off the top of my head of like a really mixed damage AD carry that's not named Corki that went to the mid lane, that stayed bot lane. Because you can kind of build crit if you want to on Kog'Maw, and it'll actually kind of work, but you can build mixed damage with the Rage Blade stuff, and that would definitely work. There was a time you could build AP, and that worked, because you could take a mid lane with AP builds and such. Kai'Sa's kind of that right now. She's the one that's like, hey, I want to play AD carry, but I don't always want to play the same exact thing AD carry, right? Like, I love Jinx, and I love experimenting on Jinx, but a lot of people will tell me crit's the only way to play Jinx. There's no other way to play Jinx, and I love, building other things on Jinx, and sure enough, they're not as successful or as good because her kit's not designed in a way to make those as good at the moment. But still, Kai'Sa's kind of like that answer, especially if you're autofill too, and you're like, well, what do we need bot lane? We need AP damage. Well, I already picked Kai'Sa. Well, I guess I'll just build AP. We need AD damage. I'll build AD. We need a mix of damage. I'll build the Rage Blade and stuff like that. That's where I'm kind of coming from with this, and why I think Kai'Sa, it can be a good pick to have in your back pocket then, especially if you don't play AD carry, why I brought up autofill, and you might get autofill to the role. Like, sure, you might have a better AD carry at this point to play if you are autofilled at this point, because autofill's existed for 2 years and Kai'Sa's only just existed. But at the same time, if you can, definitely think about looking her way. Now, granted, there were some criticisms when it comes to Kai'Sa and looking her way on the design side of like, visually, of course, Kai'Sa maybe had some, of course, complaints and some not complaints. And I want to kind of bring this up briefly because there was one group of people whose complaints got drowned out because they got related to, oh, you're just mad because Kai'Sa got quote-unquote sexualized. There was a group of people who actually were a little bit disappointed in Kai'Sa's design because they felt like for a Void creature, they could have went maybe a bit more into the whole Void thematic. Kind of like Kassadin. He's a human, he's Kai'Sa's father, but you can tell he's definitely been affected by the Void more so than maybe Kai'Sa can. She has the skin-tight, symbiotic suit, but beyond that, there's nothing about her that really looks alien, perhaps like a Kog'Maw or a Cho'Gath or something like that. And she was never going to look like Kog'Maw per se. She was going to be more like Kassadin, a human that was affected by the Void, of course, but some people were kind of disappointed, not because, the V-neck and stuff like that, which you can have that complaint if you want to, that's fine, but some people were more like, this doesn't really feel like a Void-like creature or a human-Void hybrid. It's kind of like a human in a Void kind of suit. And that's fine. finishing off this, I will briefly talk about back when she first released, we did a video about Jinx versus Kai'Sa, and a Kai'Sa main actually commented on the video that I want to highlight, and they talked about playing against Kai'Sa. And I want to talk about playing against Kai'Sa because one of the things is, if you're going to pick up a champion and you want to get good at the champion, you probably need to know what counters that champion and then counter those counters. So the main's comment goes like this. I'm a Kai'Sa main, so this is my view on the matchup. I have to work around choppers and angles with my zap W. Use minion block to your advantage because the W, Jinx's zap for example, does not go through them, and standing in minion waves will reduce Q damage. Even before it became optimal, I go Death Stance into Rage Blade, so watch for the Death Stance Pickaxe to Longsword. That will give the Q evolve. With Kai'Sa, her passive and W will do mostly magic damage, so Maul is a viable item against that damage if you're having problems with her. If she has any AP, all of her abilities will do damage and scale off of it, so still expect Q to do damage. Fishbone's range is almost always more than Kai'Sa's range post level 2. Q's early cooldown is around 6 seconds. You can trade as soon as it's down with no chance of being damaged back. Kai'Sa scales almost as well as Jinx, so don't always expect to be outscaled. Kai'Sa's main damage comes from Q plus passive proc. If Kai'Sa takes press the attack, watch out for 2 autos and a W auto. Press the attack plus passive will deal about 30 to 40% of your health before level 6. So if you're playing Kai'Sa, there's a little bit of tips they provided about playing Kai'Sa in lane against Jinx. If you're here because you're watching my videos mainly for Jinx videos, they're also giving some insight about how to play against Kai'Sa as Jinx, and that might be kind of useful. So I'm going to conclude the video there. Hopefully the person that requested a Kai'Sa video, this kind of satisfies that a little bit about, Kai'Sa, why she's maybe popular, why certain things work in her kit. On top of that, Fi made a video over the weekend about Storm Raiders Kai'Sa, which is apparently popping up and being popular, so if you want to check that out, I'll probably link that after this video, even though he probably doesn't need the promotion from me. You probably already know who he is. So, with that being said though, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video if you did. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe as well, and make sure to hit the bell notification because I'm just made aware, even if you're subscribed to somebody, you're not always going to get their videos. You have to hit the bell notification to be able to always get their videos. Turns out YouTube's up to its old tricks again. Anyways, that's all for this video. I don't know which video will be next, so I'm gonna have a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly.